Today, I want to bust some myths about finding your purpose and why so many people are feeling stuck and lost and that their lives lack direction. And what I hear often is that people feel like there is something missing from their life. There's nothing really wrong with their life. Their lives are fine. There's no big problem. They have a job. They have enough money. They might even have a relationship or a family, and everything's fine. It's just fine though, and they feel like something more is in store for them, but they just don't know what it is. And if they just can find their purpose, then they'll be golden. Everything will be great. And the problem is that your purpose is not lost. You can't find your purpose. Your purpose is something you choose, you decide on, you just pick. And I think we have this idea that it's out there, and if we can just sift through, I don't know what, then there it is, we'll find it, then we can just live it and we'll be happy and everything will be great. But really, I think the bigger problem is that we're living lives that are directionless, and we're living lives that are reactive, and we're reacting to everyone else's visions and goals and dreams and agendas, and so we don't feel like we are in control. So do you feel like that? Do you feel like you're stuck on a hamster wheel? Do you feel like you are just spinning your wheels and not making progress and not moving forward and not really following your dreams and goals and desires, and you are staying where you are and you are watching maybe people around you that are doing amazing things, or maybe you see people that are not going anywhere in their lives and you don't want to be like that? So if this sounds familiar, you are not alone. And I want to talk about why that is. Why are so many people living this way? And I really think that it comes down to a lack of self-confidence. And we often think of confidence as something that comes after we achieve something, after we reach, a goal, or after we get approval or accolades from other people, or we've mastered some sort of skill or talent. But really, confidence comes before. It's when we have the courage to commit to what we want and to follow through on our commitments to ourselves. It's when we have the ability to have our own back, to be willing to try and fail and try and fail, and to be able to not escape and not give up on ourselves. I think that's where true confidence comes from. So we don't actually have to have achieved anything to have confidence. We just have to have the courage to move forward. So how do we build that confidence? How do we actually be able to be courageous enough to set a course for our life and to follow that course, and then to have that sense of direction and sense of purpose and sense of feeling like we are on track? And the thing is, we want a foolproof plan. We want someone to tell us, this is what you should do, here are the steps, you won't fail, it's going to work out perfectly, don't worry. And life is not like that. I mean, gosh, how many times in my life have I just wanted someone to just tell me what the right answer was, or what the next step should be, or if this was the right thing or the wrong thing. And that doesn't work. It doesn't work because nobody knows but you. And you don't know until you figure it out, until it's done. And then you can see backwards. You can basically see, okay, it was this, this, and this that led me to where I am now. But you could never know that beforehand, before you try. So how do we create that sense of direction in our lives? There are 4 steps. The first step is you first need clarity on what you want. And as adults, we don't give ourselves the time and the space to let our imagination run wild and to craft intentionally a vision for our future. We don't think about all the different areas of our lives and think about, if I could really have what I want in this area, what would it look like? And to actually sit down, to journal, to write about it, to see it. And that's the amazing thing about the human brain, is we have this imagination where we can picture anything. And that is the first step to making it a reality, is first to even see it in our mind's eye. So that the first thing is get clear on your vision. Let yourself dream. Let your imagination run wild. If money and time were abundant, if you could not fail, what would you come up with? And it's so fun to do that. But we often have all these limiting beliefs and these bullshit rules that have been imposed on us and that we've adopted throughout our adulthood from everyone, all the messages we are constantly hearing. I mean, as a child, several people told me, I couldn't do this or I couldn't do that. My ballet teachers told me I couldn't be a ballerina. My mom told me I should not be an artist because it's a hard life. And so we internalize a lot of these messages, and that we allow them to determine the course of our future, which is a shame. So set those aside, try, and just let yourself go, just for the fun of it. Let yourself imagine. Step 2 is based on your vision, based on your dreams, your broad dreams. What is the first step? Can you set a clear, specific, measurable, and time-bound goal so that you can take action on it? The problem is if we keep our dreams and ideas and too broad, we can't take action on them because it's just, we don't know where to start. We don't know what the first step is, and it's not something we can literally check off because it's just we can see the dream house or the perfect husband or the perfect job or whatever it is, but we're not actually moving towards it. So we keep it a dream forever. So when we set clear, specific, tangible, measurable, time-bound goals, a lot of stuff comes up and our brain will start to tell us why we can't, and all those limiting beliefs will arise, which is awesome because we can then take a look at all those and address them head on. Number 3 is you need help. I can't stress this enough. You need someone to hold you accountable. We are terrible at holding ourselves accountable, and we are not meant to do this alone. Trying to go it alone is the very slow, very tedious, very arduous, and very not fun way of living your life. And you don't have to do that. There are so many communities available for so many different areas of, interest. So find people that are like-minded. Find people that will support you and be your cheerleaders and be your sounding boards and will hold you to a higher standard and will hold you to the vision of your future self. And I can honestly say that having an accountability partner that I can just pick up the phone whenever I need to and text and message, and we talk regularly, and I can celebrate my wins, and I can, have someone to talk about when I'm feeling discouraged or when I'm, when there has been a fail or when something didn't go wrong. And it's so, so, so huge. And having communities of people that are as committed as I am to my goals so that we can, cheer each other on and support each other is so important. It's about creating an environment that supports your future self. The fourth step is to take massive action. You need to do something. You can have the community, you can have the goal, you can have the vision, but if you don't take action on any of that, nothing's going to ever change. So taking massive action is action that leads to results that is based on a plan that you have created. So you sit down and you think about, you might not know every step of the way to your vision, but you probably know the next step, and that is what you need to focus on, just the next step. And again, when you make a plan and then you put it on your calendar, you schedule it in, your brain is going to try to tell you, you don't need to do that. Oh, you'll have tons of excuses of, why you can procrastinate or why you can put it off till tomorrow or why, maybe this is not that important. But that is when we have to come back to that confidence of having our own back and to moving forward no matter what, and to be willing to try and fail and to experiment and to get curious, because that is ultimately what leads to more and more confidence. which leads to more and more momentum and more progress in our lives. So to recap, the reason you are feeling lost and stuck and your life lacks direction and purpose is because you haven't built the confidence to be able to set a goal and follow through on that goal. And it starts with getting clarity. You first need to know what that goal is, and then set a goal, a clear, specific, measurable, and time-bound goal. Get support, get help, get accountability, get a community, join a community. Number 4 is take massive action. I hope this was helpful. I would love to keep this conversation going. So if you are not already part of my free Facebook group, the Grow Strong Community, please join it. And I would love to hear your thoughts. All right, take care.